There's something undeniably enchanting about the Mediterranean rustic farmhouse aesthetic, a timeless blend of sun-soaked warmth, weathered textures, and effortless elegance that whispers stories of simpler times. Imagine stepping into a world where terracotta tiles meet climbing jasmine, where vintage wooden shutters frame views of lavender-kissed gardens, and where every corner of your home feels like a gentle embrace from the Tuscan countryside. This design style isn't just about creating beautiful spaces. It's about cultivating a lifestyle that celebrates natural materials, artisanal craftsmanship, and the kind of cozy, lived-in comfort that makes a house feel like a true sanctuary. Whether you're drawn to the rustic farmhouse decor movement or captivated by Mediterranean cottage interiors, this aesthetic offers a perfect marriage of old-world charm and contemporary livability.
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
Mediterranean rustic farmhouse charm, cozy courtyard, vintage garden and cottage-style interiors. In this comprehensive guide, we'll explore the essential elements that bring Mediterranean rustic farmhouse style to life in your home and outdoor spaces. From designing an enchanting courtyard retreat with vintage garden features to curating cottage-style interiors that blend rustic wood furniture with Mediterranean color palettes, you'll discover practical inspiration for every area of your property. We'll delve into the art of creating cozy outdoor living spaces adorned with terracotta planters and wrought iron accents, reveal secrets for incorporating antique farmhouse accessories and natural stone elements, and share expert insights on achieving that perfect balance between weathered elegance and functional comfort. Whether you're planning a complete home transformation or simply seeking fresh ideas for infusing Mediterranean farmhouse charm into your existing decor, these design strategies will help you create spaces that feel both timeless and thoroughly inviting. One, creating your dream Mediterranean courtyard oasis. The heart of Mediterranean rustic farmhouse living beats strongest in the courtyard, a private outdoor sanctuary where architecture and nature intertwine seamlessly. When designing your courtyard retreat, begin with the foundation. Natural stone pathways crafted from limestone, travertine, or reclaimed cobblestones create an instant sense of history and permanence. Overhead, a weathered wooden pergola or rustic metal arbor provides essential structure, while casting dappled shadows that dance across stone surfaces throughout the day. Consider incorporating climbing vines like wisteria, bougainvillea, or jasmine that will eventually engulf these structures, creating a living canopy that offers both shade and intoxicating fragrance. Incorporating water features and vintage fountain elements for tranquil ambience. No Mediterranean rustic farmhouse courtyard feels complete without the soothing sound of water gently trickling through a vintage fountain or wall-mounted water feature. Traditional Mediterranean fountains often feature terracotta or aged stone construction, with simple basin designs that celebrate function over ornate decoration. Position your water feature as a focal point, perhaps centered in your courtyard or nestled against a stucco wall adorned with climbing greenery. For authentic rustic farmhouse charm, seek out antique farmhouse accessories like reclaimed iron spouts, vintage ceramic tiles to line the basin, or repurposed agricultural elements such as old well pumps reimagined as fountain structures. Furnishing with wrought iron seating and distressed wood tables for alfresco dining. Transform your Mediterranean courtyard into the ultimate cozy outdoor living space by carefully selecting furniture that balances durability with timeless rustic charm. Wrought iron seating, whether vintage bistro chairs, ornate benches, or scrollwork dining sets, provides both structural integrity and authentic old-world character that withstands the elements while developing a beautiful aged patina over time. Pair these metal pieces with distressed wood tables crafted from reclaimed timber or weathered teak, creating a textural contrast that epitomizes Mediterranean rustic farmhouse style. Layer in comfort through cushions covered in weather-resistant fabrics featuring Mediterranean color palettes. Think warm terracottas, soft creams, faded blues, and sun-washed yellows that complement your natural surroundings. Two, cultivating a vintage Mediterranean garden. The foundation of any authentic Mediterranean rustic farmhouse garden lies in selecting plants that not only survive but thrive in sunny, dry conditions while contributing to the overall sensory experience of your outdoor space. Drought-tolerant varieties like lavender, rosemary, sage, and thyme serve double duty as both ornamental plantings and functional culinary herbs, their silvery green foliage and aromatic qualities perfectly capturing Mediterranean garden aesthetics. Create dedicated herb garden sections using vintage wooden crates, antique terracotta planters, or reclaimed stone troughs that add rustic farmhouse decor elements while providing excellent drainage for these sun-loving plants. Incorporate structural evergreens such as olive trees, Italian cypress, or bay laurel to establish year-round visual interest and vertical elements that frame views and define garden rooms. Arranging terracotta planters in clay pots in clustered compositions. One of the most distinctive features of Mediterranean rustic farmhouse gardens is the artful arrangement of terracotta planters in clay pots in varied sizes, shapes, and weathered finishes. Rather than spacing containers evenly or symmetrically, embrace the organic clustering approach typical of Italian and Spanish courtyard gardens. Group 3, 5, or 7 pots together at different heights, creating visually dynamic compositions that feel collected over time. Seek out antique farmhouse accessories from salvage yards, estate sales, or artisan pottery studios where handcrafted vessels show subtle irregularities and authentic aging. Fill these vessels with a mix of trailing plants like ivy or dichandra that soften edges, upright specimens like agapanthus or ornamental grasses that add movement, and colorful accents like geraniums or petunias that provide seasonal pops of color. integrating vintage garden tools and rustic decorative elements as focal points. Elevate your Mediterranean vintage garden from merely pretty to truly distinctive by incorporating weathered garden tools, agricultural antiques, and rustic decorative elements as intentional design features. Old wooden ladders leaned against stucco walls become vertical gardens when adorned with hanging baskets or climbing plants. Vintage watering cans in galvanized metal or aged copper serve as sculptural accents even when not in use. These elements work particularly well when integrated naturally into your landscape. A weathered wooden wheelbarrow planted with cascading flowers, an old stone sink repurposed as a rustic water feature, or vintage shutters mounted as decorative wall panels that add architectural interest to plain surfaces. When sourcing these pieces, prioritize authentic items with genuine patina over artificially distressed reproductions. The difference becomes apparent in how light plays across truly weathered surfaces and how these pieces harmonize with natural stone elements and cottage-style plantings. Three, designing cottage-style interiors with Mediterranean warmth. The quintessential Mediterranean rustic farmhouse interior begins with architectural elements that create an immediate sense of space, light, and history. Whitewashed walls, whether achieved through traditional lime wash techniques or modern chalk-based paints, reflect abundant natural light while providing a serene backdrop that allows rustic wood furniture and colorful textiles to take center stage. Overhead, exposed wooden beams in their natural state or painted in soft neutral tones draw the eye upward and establish the rustic farmhouse foundation essential to this aesthetic. The interplay between bright walls and dark beams creates dramatic contrast that defines spaces without requiring physical dividers, while emphasizing the generous ceiling heights and airy proportions that characterize Mediterranean cottage interiors. Selecting rustic wood furniture with distressed finishes and handcrafted details. Furnishing your Mediterranean rustic farmhouse interior requires careful curation of pieces that balance functional comfort with artisanal character and time-worn beauty. Prioritize substantial rustic wood furniture crafted from oak, walnut, or reclaimed pine, dining tables with chunky turned legs, sideboards with visible joinery, and armoires featuring hand-forged hardware that speaks to traditional craftsmanship. The most authentic pieces show evidence of age and use. Distressed finishes with worn edges where hands have touched them repeatedly, sun-faded surfaces that reveal underlying wood grain, and small imperfections like filled knot holes or subtle warping that prove their organic origins. Mix wood tones freely. A darker walnut dining table pairs beautifully with lighter oak side chairs, while reclaimed pine shelving complements painted vintage cabinets in soft sage or faded blue. Layering textiles in Mediterranean color palettes with natural fiber rugs. The final layer that transforms a well-furnished room into a truly cozy, inviting Mediterranean rustic farmhouse interior involves thoughtful textile selections that add warmth, texture, and subtle color throughout your space. Ground each room with natural fiber rugs. Jute, sisal, or seagrass varieties in their undyed state provide durable textural foundations that complement rather than compete with your furnishings, while remaining true to the organic aesthetic. Over these neutral bases, layer vintage or vintage-inspired area rugs featuring faded geometric patterns, muted floral motifs, or simple stripes in Mediterranean color palettes of terracotta, ochre, dusty blue, and warm cream. Window treatments should embrace simplicity. Linen curtains in natural tones that puddle slightly on the floor, or lightweight cotton panels that filter rather than block sunlight, maintaining the bright, airy quality essential to Mediterranean cottage interiors. Four, incorporating vintage architectural elements and antique accessories. One of the most impactful ways to infuse authentic Mediterranean rustic farmhouse character into your home involves incorporating architectural salvage pieces that carry genuine history and craftsmanship. Vintage wooden shutters, whether functional or purely decorative, instantly elevate plain walls, mount them flanking windows for traditional function, or cluster them as artistic wall installations in dining rooms or hallways. Reclaimed doors with original hardware, worn paint layers, and distinctive panel configurations can be repurposed as headboards, room dividers, or even tabletops, bringing substantial visual weight and conversation-worthy character to your interiors. When sourcing these architectural elements, prioritize pieces from Mediterranean regions or those that exhibit similar construction techniques. Look for thick timber construction, hand-forged iron hardware, and evidence of traditional joinery rather than modern fasteners. Displaying wrought iron accents and hand-forged hardware throughout living spaces. The subtle incorporation of wrought iron accents and hand-forged hardware throughout your home reinforces Mediterranean rustic farmhouse authenticity, while adding functional beauty to everyday elements. Replace standard door hardware with substantial iron pieces, thumb latches, strap hinges, and decorative doorknobs that show hammer marks and irregular surfaces characteristic of artisan metalwork. Beyond functional hardware, integrate wrought iron decoratively through curtain rods with scrollwork finials, wall-mounted candle sconces with aged patinas, pot racks suspended from exposed beams, and decorative brackets supporting reclaimed wood shelving. For larger statement pieces, consider vintage iron gates repurposed as garden-style wall art, antique bird cages as sculptural accents on mantels or side tables, or ornate iron window grills mounted as architectural headboards. Curating collections of antique pottery, olive jars, and Mediterranean ceramics. Transform your Mediterranean rustic farmhouse interior from simply decorated to deeply personal by thoughtfully curating and displaying collections of antique pottery, vintage olive jars, and handcrafted ceramics that reflect Mediterranean heritage. Large-scale elements like antique confit pots, glazed olive jars, or terracotta amphorae become sculptural floor pieces that anchor corners, flank fireplaces, or define entryway spaces with their substantial presence and earthy authenticity. On open shelving, mantels, and tabletops, arrange smaller pottery pieces, vintage pitchers, ceramic bowls in varying sizes, and hand-thrown vessels showing glaze irregularities and kiln marks that prove their artisanal origins. These collections gain visual interest through thoughtful styling, group items in odd numbers, vary heights by stacking books or small wooden boxes as risers, and intersperse pottery with natural elements like olive branches, dried lavender, or bowls of lemons that reinforce the Mediterranean garden connection. Five. Perfecting cozy outdoor living and entertaining spaces. Extending your living space outdoors requires creating comfortable zones where you can escape the intense Mediterranean sun while still enjoying fresh air and garden views. Fabric canopies suspended from pergola beams or mounted on exterior walls provide flexible shade solutions that add softness and movement to outdoor areas. Choose natural fabrics like canvas or sailcloth in neutral tones that complement your Mediterranean color palette and weather beautifully over time. Vintage market umbrellas, particularly those with wooden poles and traditionally stitched canopies, deliver both portable shade and distinctive character to seating arrangements, dining areas, or lounge spaces. The key to cozy outdoor living spaces lies in creating layers of coverage at different heights, overhead canopies and umbrellas complemented by climbing vines on trellises, potted trees and terracotta planters, and strategically placed screens or vintage shutters that filter afternoon sun while maintaining air circulation. Installing rustic outdoor lighting with lanterns and string lights for evening ambience. Transform your Mediterranean courtyard and garden from daytime retreat to enchanting evening sanctuary through layered rustic outdoor lighting that prioritizes warm ambience over bright illumination. Vintage-style lanterns, whether electric reproductions or authentic oil-burning pieces fitted with LED candles, should be distributed at varying heights, hanging from pergola beams, mounted on stucco walls, placed on dining tables, and positioned along pathways to guide movement through darkened garden spaces. Overhead string lights suspended in gentle swoops between posts, across pergolas, or through tree branches provide magical overhead glow that makes outdoor entertaining feel festive yet intimate. Choose Edison-style bulbs or warm LED alternatives that cast amber tones rather than cool white light, maintaining color accuracy for food and faces while complementing natural stone elements and rustic wood furniture. Styling with outdoor textiles, vintage throws, and comfortable cushions. The distinction between indoor comfort and outdoor seating often lies in textiles. Yet Mediterranean rustic farmhouse style blurs these boundaries by bringing substantial fabric elements outdoors. Transform basic wrought iron seating or wooden benches into inviting retreats with generous cushions covered in weather-resistant fabrics that echo cottage-style interiors. Look for outdoor-rated materials in natural linen looks, faded stripes, or subtle botanical prints. Layer seating with vintage-inspired throws in lighter weights appropriate for temperate evenings. Cotton blankets with woven patterns, lightweight wool and muted plaids, or even indoor textiles brought outside for special gatherings. Don't limit textiles to seating alone. Dress outdoor dining tables with linen runners or vintage grain sack fabrics. Drape lightweight throws over pergola rails for easy access when temperatures drop. And incorporate outdoor-rated pillows in varying sizes and patterns that guests can arrange according to their comfort preferences. Conclusion. The enduring appeal of Mediterranean rustic farmhouse charm lies in its embrace of natural materials, time-worn textures, and soulful living. Where sunlit courtyards, terracotta planters, vintage shutters, distressed wood, and soft earthy textiles blend effortlessly into a home that feels both timeless and deeply comforting. Whether you begin with a single corner, like a cozy courtyard nook with climbing vines or an interior space grounded by whitewashed walls and exposed beams, or gradually layer weathered surfaces, antique accessories, and handcrafted elements throughout your home, the beauty of this style grows organically over time, reflecting your personal story rather than catalog perfection. Embrace imperfect patina, mix materials freely, and let each rustic, Mediterranean-inspired touch help dissolve the boundary between indoors and out, creating a warm sanctuary filled with soul, character, and lived-in elegance. And we'd love to hear which ideas you're most excited to bring into your own space.